School dismissal. At school dismissal, Samantha couldn't help but sigh annoyingly. That spoilt brat called Carlo has been following her around the school, spreading fake rumors that they're dating. Who does that? She scoffed inwardly and looked around, searching for Bryan with her eyes. "Hey, Sam," Carlo said from behind, making her jump. "Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? Why can't you walk in like a normal human being?" Samantha yelled, glaring at him. He was so annoying that she felt like breaking his head and removing his teeth. "Calm down, sweetheart. So what did you think about my proposal?" Carlo winked, and Samantha felt anger swelling in her heart. "I have warned you to stay away. I have a boyfriend," Samantha said, calming down a little. "Who is that bastard? I'm sure he is just an ugly dunce with no muscular chest like mine," Carlo said. Samantha rolled her eyes. Though she hasn't seen Bryan's chest, she is sure it is so damn hard and muscular because it's obvious through the shirt he is wearing. "Baby, why don't we play a little, huh?" Carlo used his chance and wrapped his arms around her waist. "What?" "Let go of me! I said let go!" Samantha struggled as he tried to forcefully kiss her, but he was pulled from her and punched in the face. "She said, let go." Bryan took his sentences one by one. Carlo stared at Bryan with wide eyes. There was no way he could compete with this person in looks and body, but who cares? He wants Samantha and must get her by all means. "Are you okay? Did he hurt you?" Bryan asked, touching her cheeks and checking for any injuries before glaring at Carlo, who felt all the hairs in his body started to stand. "If you touch her again, you will regret being born," Bryan said, as thick lines appeared on his forehead, showing his anger. Bryan dragged Samantha lightly by the wrist to the car. Samantha stared at him silently as he started the car and zoomed off. Many questions crossed her mind. Is he angry and decided to break up with me? Or maybe he would throw me out of the car and tell me to walk all the way home as punishment, or... Samantha! Samantha jumped a little and looked at him, answering a yes? "Is he your seatmate?" Bryan asked, and she nodded. "Okay," Bryan said through gritted teeth as he balled his fist. Fast forward to the next day at school. Twinkling High. Bryan's personal class. Door locked. Samantha could be seen sitting on a high table, and her legs spread a little with Bryan in between. Of course, they were engaged in a lips and tongue battle. Bryan's hand was on her laps, deepening the kiss. It was the bell that distracted them, and they pulled away from each other, with Samantha's whole face tomato red. "I need to go to class," Samantha said shyly, and didn't wait for his reply, before running to her class, making Bryan smile. Samantha entered the class, but it felt weird. It was like the seats were rearranged, or males were at the extreme far from the huge class, far from females who were in the front of the class. Everyone has a big frown on their face, especially the males, because they aren't close to their girlfriends. I don't like this new development at all. Yeah, me too. The teachers are so cruel. How can they wake up one day and rearrange us? The person who did this was in a bad mood. Yeah. Samantha just sat on her new seat. Immediately, the teacher came in. All the students began to grumble about their problems. "Students, please calm down. It was Mr. Quinn, that is Bryan, that ordered us to change seats," the teacher said, and everyone stared at Samantha, who raised an eyebrow in confusion. "We can now proceed to our class," the teacher added, and brought out a notebook. Samantha copied some points that the teacher said, but halfway through their class. Carlo threw a paper at her desk, and she didn't bother reading the content. She squeezed it and threw it into a dustbin.